The team are now back at Dapitan Arcade. All of the vendors are packing up their stuff, trying to take it away because Bong went here yesterday, actually on Sunday. He was passing through the area and he warned them if they're obstructing the sidewalk again today, their stuff will be taken away, it'll be confiscated. They actually saw the team further along the road, so they've already managed to clear a lot of their stuff from the sidewalk. Over there they've stopped a guy, no helmet on the back. Same here, driver, no helmet. You can see everyone's running over now. They want to take their stuff away because they know the team is serious about confiscating. He asked who's operating the stores. Is it still the Kagawads? He said, yep. Morning.
Good morning.
Back again.
Oh, back again.
Pasaway talaga.
Okay.
The reality is if the barangay say it's okay, or if it's actually the barangay themselves operating it, then the only time they have to worry is if the MMDA go here. It's amazing how fast a stall can be cleared when people hear that stuff's being confiscated. For anyone wondering, this is a Mabuhay lane, which means it's a vital road here in Metro Manila. It's an alternative to EDSA. Sidewalks obstructed where all pedestrians go in the road. At night you'll actually see that these stores extend into the road. They take one lane, so it reduces the capacity of the road. So that's really why they want this clear. You can see a local Spider-Man up here getting down all the stuff. You can see slowly but surely the sidewalk is reappearing. Their team are mainly just taking the wooden stuff and the junk. They're not going to be taking the metal structure. Considering how many times this has already been reinstalled on the sidewalk, there's a good chance that within a couple of days these might be back again, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Just across the road is a legitimate market, the Dapitan Arcade. If you look at those stores, they're set back from the sidewalk, so those ones won't be touched. There is a legitimate place to sell stuff, but here on the sidewalk, that's not the right place. I think the two stores owned by the Kagawad over there have already moved on. I guess they're lucky that the team were busy with these ones. While the vendors continue to self-demolish over here, the team have moved on to this one. You can see this one's down already, and they're continuing to self-demolish over here. Pretty much everyone I've spoken to today said they're related to someone working at the barangay. Better hope there's no fire, because that fire truck isn't going to get out there anytime soon. Self-demolishing continues over here. There's a lot to bring down. They've really taken over all of the sidewalks. If you look at where the team started earlier, you can see they're now on a go slow. What sometimes happens is people see the team move on and then they think to themselves, well, maybe they won't come back, so we can just leave this here. But I'm pretty sure if they don't take it down themselves, the team are going to go back there and take it down, because they've really asked them so many times, cleared them so many times, so many man hours, so many resources have been used on this area over and over again. Again, the sidewalk's starting to reappear, but how long it'll stay like this, I'm not exactly sure. Over here is a generator, so perhaps at least some of the stores are running on a generator. Although this looks very, very clean. I'm not sure if it's really been used, but yeah, fair enough. At least some of the stores are going into a generator. Some of the vendors have been asking me, are you happy now? Well, this isn't my decision, but yes, I am happy, because now the sidewalks are clear, plus they extend into the road. That causes so much traffic. Everyone's trying to go home. They have to spend hours in traffic. So yeah, I am happy. Actually, some of them are starting to get a little bit aggressive. You can see they're just finishing up now, deconstructing, and hopefully it will stay clear. Last time the team were here, they advised them to remove this outpost from the sidewalk. There is private property where it can go if they just adjust it a little bit. They said, yeah, we'll move it, don't worry. Well, of course, it's still here. So I think today the sidewalk clearing team will be taking it down. They've actually passed through and warned them a number of times, and I think today no more warnings. They're advising the guard now to remove his stuff so that they can put it on the back of the truck. It's a private security for the houses here. It's not from the barangay or anything like that. So you can see it's just on the back of the truck now. I just spoke to someone. They advised me that they knew it was going to be taken away. They were actually waiting for their carpenter to come here and move it, but unfortunately, you know, he hasn't turned up. Here's a motorcycle rider with no helmet. She's just being advised to pull over now. Over here, they're already hooking up to this car to tow it away. It's parked here on the sidewalk. No driver to take a ticket and move it. Again, over here, you can see the shops have already taken over the sidewalk. They were asked and warned last time, but of course when the MMDA aren't around, they put all their stuff back out again and force pedestrians into the road. And you might remember this business from my last video. They extended over the sidewalk. Again, you can see they're over the sidewalk today. And if you remember last time the team cut down the canopy, well, what did they do? They just installed an umbrella there. This is really the thing. They've been asked, please don't obstruct the sidewalk. They even removed goods, they removed canopies, and then they just reinstall it and continue business as usual. Of course, they'll take down the umbrella now, but later it'll be back up again. You can see on the other side they also extended again. They put some new canopy here, some new tarpaulin. You can see the sidewalk is cleared there, but once you get this far, pedestrians are forced into the road. That puts them at risk of being hit by vehicles. If it was your motorcycle that was on the sidewalk, you'd get a ticket on the spot, maybe even get your bike impounded. But if it's things like flowers and chairs and tables and other stuff people are selling, often there's really no penalty. And that's why it's a cat and mouse game. That's what people call it, cat and mouse, because the MMDA come, you take your stuff inside. The MMDA leave, you put it out again. The lady wasn't moving any of the stuff here, so they asked her what's going on. She said, I don't have anywhere to put it. And they said, well, we told you last time, it's not allowed to be here, it's obstructing the sidewalk. That's why the team spent so much time, you know, deconstructing this, cutting down the canopy and everything like that. So what they're doing is taking all the plants off, putting it over there, and then they're going to destroy this structure here. So you can see they're now taking down the structure, and they've advised the lady that tomorrow they're going to be confiscating goods, confiscating plants. Right now the enforcers are trying to get the license from this driver, obstructing the sidewalk. I've seen them here for maybe a minute or two already. So maybe the driver doesn't want to give their license. Let's see how it plays out. They're explaining the process now, that she just needs to give her a license, a write-out ticket, and she can pay it any Metro Bank. It's only either 150 or 200 pesos, depending on whether they give obstruction or illegal parking. The driver's now given their license. They'll write out the ticket and send her on her way. She'll get the license back with the ticket, and she can pay that at any Metro Bank or Bayad Center. You can see some of the vendors are clearing, but it won't stay clear. Even me, myself, I'm having to walk in the road with all the cars because you can't use the sidewalk anymore with these businesses occupying it. This is actually the other side of the market that you saw earlier. I'm curious just to go down there and see if they re-erected that umbrella. And here you go, like I said earlier, umbrella's back in place already. They've already started setting up all the stuff again here on the sidewalk. If you look up here, you can see a sign that says no parking both sides. But here in the road, there's a number of trucks parked. They want to try and move these on as quickly as possible, because if the buses are going to pass through here, it could add to congestion. So I think they're just looking for the drivers now and ticket them and send them on their way. In fact, you can already see an example of the congestion. These vehicles want to go this way, the taxi wants to go that way, but because of the parked trucks, they have to wait on each other. So this is the kind of thing they want to avoid, because once you add a few buses into the mix as well, things will get even worse. And over here you can see they're calling in a flatbed to take away this vehicle obstructing the sidewalk, partial obstruction. They were hoping a driver would come out, take a ticket and just move it by themselves, but unfortunately no driver, so they're calling the tow truck. And here goes the vehicle now. They just stopped this bus now. They're going to be issuing a ticket for loading, unloading in the second lane. It puts commuters at risk when they start crossing the road to get on the bus. This here is an example where the buses should be stopping to load and unload, a proper bus stop. Here's something that you might not see in other countries. They collect all the plastic bottles and then turn them in for recycling money. It keeps the city clean. It also gives them an opportunity to earn a little bit of money. Over here they're looking at these boxes on the sidewalk. They've got some kind of concrete stuff inside them. I don't really know much about this, to be honest. They're advising them now to take them inside instead of having them here on the sidewalk, especially during Undus, where there's going to be so many people along this area. And over here they're clearing these carts from the sidewalk. And just like we've seen in other areas, when the vendors move on, a lot of trash is left behind, unfortunately.
Sir, nakakakuha kami na. Ay, sir, si Sir George, safety head namin.
Oo. Nakakuha kayo ng
Permit sa barangay.
na ano?
Na yung itong sidewalk, pwede namin gamitin.
Talaga? Gusto nyo i-demanda ko yung barangay sa ombudsman? Bakit sa kanya ba yan? Magkano ba ito sa kanya?
Ewan po, sir.
O yun, di ba? Putsa ina, pinaparenta niya. Pag yan binayaran nyo, puta, didemanda ko siya sa ombudsman. Ha? Kasi pinapagamit niya ang sidewalk, hindi naman sa kanya yan. Tapos nagpapabayad siya.
So the good thing about this certification or permit from the barangay is that it does hold the builders responsible for any damage done to the sidewalk. But the problem is where a pedestrian is going to walk if they're using the sidewalk. And this project is going to take a long time. I don't know if you know how big this is, but it goes all the way from over there all the way down there, and I think it's going to be a high-rise building because they've dug like major foundations. So this could be like 1, 2, 3, 4 years. One of the tricyclists just tried to turn down this road, but there's a sign here that says one way. So they're asking him now, do you really want to do that? Because if they issue a ticket for counterflow, that's 2 months suspension of driver's license. So there you go, he's going to go a different direction now.